Now you continue smoothing wherever you see that the need arises, and you turn to the back of your arm, and where the elbow is supposed to be just 2 gentle squeezes to form the elbow, and we'll just put those lines there, creases. When I'm baking this later, I'll show you how to set it up on the tray. Do the same on this side. I'm hurrying as much as I can because the clay is starting to get warm. So just smoothing this along. And again, a little squeeze. That's done. Getting there, guys. Of course, there's going to be a lot more smoothing, and if you feel that one side's a bit bigger than the other, then you add more clay to it. But just getting into the finer detailing now, it's just a matter of putting creases where they're meant to be for realism. It's just under the belly. And while you're doing all this, make sure you're not ruining what you've already done. Now, I was thinking also that you possibly could have added some more up the top here, some more clay. But what I'm going to do instead, this is a little bit tricky, so just monitoring here these little arms, they just look to me like they were, this particular one was a little bit lower, smaller in the lower end, but I don't think it is. I think it's okay. Now, we're going to bend these. Go do it carefully so that you don't smudge what you've done or wreck what you've done. Because baby's legs are not straightforward like that. And you're trying to get it to realistic as possible. So you just put your finger behind and bend, but this way. They normally bow it this way towards the outside. And you'll do the same with the other one. Get the little arm out of the way. Don't want to wreck it. So it's something to that effect. And then make sure the little hips come down. Now if you feel they still need building up here, then that's what you do. But smooth them first, just to see. Okay. If I can just gently move these arms out of the way, keep banging the hands, and I'm losing my detail work here. As I said to you before, this is the hard part, and why I generally cure the extremities. That's ruined as well before I place them on. There. Stay out of my way. Okay. This isn't undone. Okay. So, don't really want a chubby baby, but we don't want an underly thin one either. Overly thin. Let's have a look what's going on. So you could move some of the clay up from down the bottom. Babies don't have calf muscles, they don't even have knees. Well, they've got the knee the joint, the socket, whatever you wish to call it, where the knee will eventually be, but newborn babies don't actually have the knee bone until they well over a certain age. I can't remember what age that was. Could be 12 months, could be a little bit later, or slightly earlier, I should say. What am I saying? I'm not sure that they actually even have kneecaps when they're crawling. I have to look that one up. So I do know that there is a certain time they go without. But for the sake of realism, I'm going to make the imitation of a knee there, if you know what I mean. So look to the back always once you've done the front. And smooth that clay as well. You just have to be like a contortionist, not to keep breaking the little hands and the little feet. Never mind, we'll get there. One thing I'm not going to do at this point in time, and not until after baking and curing and, well, it's baking anyway, and cooling down, I am not going to sorry, I get distracted. I'm not going to make the little backside. I'm just going to leave it flat. Babies don't have much of a backside anyway, but I like to add a little bit. Looks cute. Okay, let's have a look, see. Well, see, while I'm at the back, get rid of this flatness, but it'll come back again as soon as I put it down. So just check it before I eventually bake it. So just make my little creases here. Right. Hand again. Okay. Stay, little hand, stay out of the way. And as I said, you will be covering this with the silicone as you make the glove mould, so you need to ensure there's plenty of room between arms and legs and body. Right. So I was saying about the little knees, I don't make it look like there's a bone there, but I'll sort of map out where the little kneecap will be eventually. Okay. Okay. So just giving it once over. We need to do again ankle bones. Not so much in newborns, but if you want to put them in, yeah, that's fine, you can do that too. But at the moment all I can concentrate on is trying to get through this and not wasting all the work I did. Okay, so if I'm starting to think that if I add more clay to the thighs, it may throw the balance out for the size for that particular head. It's happened before. Just replace the nail that I lost. Even that's squashed. So I'm going to leave them as they are, really. And I'm going to give them some fat rolls. You can put a bit of plastic on top if you wish to do this, but don't bother. I find this particular needle, you don't need to do that with that particular needle. It leaves a different roll. Okay, so we need the belly button as well, and we need to check things last minute. But I also have to connect the head. What am I saying? Let me check those arms again, and this is what you will continue doing. You'll go back and forward all the time until you're happy with what you see. Okay, yeah, no, that's all right. Okay, now I'll put you on pause for a little bit, and I'll come back and show you the finishing up parts. Oh, by the way, you also put just like creases of fat rolls here as well. Okay, I'll be back.